Hello girls, this is Miss Martino and today we're going to be working through Lesson 7, Analysing a 19th Century Non-Fiction Text. Today you will need your booklet, a writing pen and a highlighter. If you need some time to collect those things, please press pause until you are ready to move on. For your Do Now task, you need to revise all of the techniques we've covered so far during this unit. I'd like you to go back through your booklet and look over your knowledge organiser to remind yourself of these techniques. Press pause to do this now and then press play once you're ready to move on. Today's lesson objectives are to analyse the writer's language and use of techniques in a 19th century non-fiction text, and then to practice using PEE effectively and ensuring that your explanations are detailed to demonstrate a range of analytical skills. Moving on to activity 2 now, you're going to need to read source B, which is an extract of a letter written by Charles Dickens to the Daily newspaper about his visit to a school in Victorian London. Once you've read the letter, I want you to identify and annotate the writing techniques he uses with a highlighter or a different coloured pen. Highlight any key quotes as evidence of these techniques, and then finally explain the effects of the words or techniques used. Use your dictionary to learn the definitions of the words on this slide if you're unsure what they mean. Press pause now to complete this activity and then press play when you're ready to move on. For activity 3, you need to take a look at the quote, "Miserable rooms in a miserable house." You're going to explode this quote by doing 3 things. First, what is the device that is being used? Second, analyse the meaning or purpose of at least 2 words in the quote. And third, explain what the words suggest about the conditions of the school. Once you've done this, you can also jot down any other quotes from the letter that give you a similar impression of the school. Press pause to complete this activity and then press play when you're ready to move on. Next, you need to complete the explanation for the paragraph in your booklet. Make sure you zoom in on keywords and any techniques you have identified from the previous activity. As a challenge, try to include other similar quotes from the extract as extra evidence in your explanation. Use the guide on this slide to remind yourself about each section of the PEE paragraph. It is important to note that in the GCSE Paper 2 exam, you will use PEE for question 3 and question 4. Question 2, however, requires a point and evidence, but no explanation. Therefore, it's important that you follow the structure as closely as possible. Press pause now to finish off this PEE paragraph and then press play to move on. For activity 4, you need to reread this description of the boys from Dickens' letter first. Once you have read this section again, complete a brainstorm of the emotive words that Dickens has used in the extract. Next to each word, explain what that word reveals and its effect. Add as many circles as you can to show a range of emotive words. Press pause to complete this activity and then press play when you're ready to move on. Finally for today, you're going to put your knowledge of PEE paragraphs and analysing text to complete an extended writing task. In your booklet, you need to answer the question, how does Dickens describe the boys in the extract? Be sure to use the PEE structure and don't forget to zoom in on keywords and techniques in your explanation. I'm going to leave you with this task now, so happy writing and I'll see you next time.